MLG and Saturkist. Will it be the last map? Gentlemen, walk us through it.
All right, thank you very much, Scott. Yeah, this very well could be the last map if Titan don't find their form. And I know it's interesting that Thorn brought up this LAN results, that LG, this has been their most inconsistent. I still think as an execution team that they're actually not terrible on it, even though it hasn't been favorable.
I think they can be a very good T-sided team on D. Couple we go into it though. It's going to be Luminosity starting on the T side here, making their way towards B. You can see them actually edging through that smoke. Classic smoke play towards other platforms. It's going to be Existence, going to have first point in contact here as they edge their way through.
They got a second man as well besides Statue, so no one playing up close on this B entry, which means they will get into the site. How much further is up for debate. It's up to the accuracy of the Titan players, and those have since been gone. It's lost. It's all on Defer. He's gotten 3 kills as he runs through drop room. Cold takes down RPK, and it looks like pistol totals will be 2-1 in favor of LG, but it's not done just yet. Shox has a chance to take down at least Cold, who's on low HP. They'll smoke him off, but this buys more time, and no kit. It's definitely done.
Wow then, so Fur picking up 4 huge kills there. They went for the slow delayed contact towards B, waiting for the CT aggression to be shown at the start, smoked off the upper platform, burst out, split it onto the site, and Fur just found absolutely everything on the Glock there. What more can Titan do? They had a 4-man stack towards that site, still got completely swamped. So they're going to be force buying into this one, but the campaign continues to Luminosity, looking really strong going into the second map here. So we can see 5-7s and CZs purchased for the French side. They're going to be going for that stack once again towards B. You'd assume Luminosity are going to slow it down and try and work this out, as they've got 3 Mac 10s. Probably do more of the same, smoke towards upper platform. And now then, Smiths advances a bit of the action, does get flashed off, does take some damage as well. Holds Zera rattling shots through the smoke and seeing what he can do with this.
Yeah, that nade landed at the feet of Smiths, but they're already down from drop. Scream's gone for another 2 kills for him. Money, money, baby, with that SMG. RPK is going to finally take down Fallen. Doesn't drop off the tree, curiously enough, and he was completely surrounded because Bolt, he'd already made his way into the site for another hat trick. 6 kills in 2 rounds. Good start for him, but even better start for Luminosity as they take the first 2 rounds.
The thing is about Luminosity, if you remember ESL 1, the last major, they actually took Envious to overtime on this map. So like, it's not that they're strangers to it. You can see they're very disciplined on this, going into bomb sites with nice approaches there, and it's actually really methodical going down. They actually, a 4 force buy from Titan, only dropped 1 kill with Mac 10. So obviously they know what they're doing going into this. It's going to be pretty much full eco coming in from Titan, not really purchasing anything at all apart from a PT50. No utility, so you'd assume more of the same coming forward. So they've actually opted to stack 3 men towards long A. And they may be able to get something out of this as well. It's going to be Fallen making his way there alone right now. They go towards danger, splitting towards that long A from the T side.
Yeah, this is definitely interesting, but again, this will get information for the T side that there are a stack out toward long, and Death Camp, he spotted 3. Absolutely saw 3 of them after he died. Problem is that they've lost Steel as well, which means they're slightly committed. They haven't pushed out from long to trap them in that lower mid position, but LG, this is a tough position for them to be in.
They haven't really got much control as well, looking for a pick anywhere they can. Cold Zero taking an RPK, that's going to help. Questionable push there from RPK, didn't have to commit to that. Jumping over the wall, putting himself into the no man's lands, get absolutely mown down there. And now they need to find a pick once more. Smiths pushing up, gets taken down by Bolts. Advantage goes towards them. To go to the 3-on-3.
Not Shox as he tries to wrap back around. He's going to be as quiet as ever about this. There are 2 players that we saw pushing up toward long. He won't confront them, but he has a great chance to try and shut down Cold on entry and Scream. He'll deal with the other 2. Nade goes in, but look at this. It works out perfectly. Shox able to take Cold. It's all left to Furry. Burns one alive and picks up another, but it was Shox to take down Cold on entry, so it comes to the one-on-one. And the advantage is in the hands of Shox as he's got the HP and the Mac 10. And follow that up with a headshot. It's the perfect 3.
Shox getting absolutely huge there, finding 3 kills. The stack towards long A paying off for Titan there, finding that first kill, falling back. It looked like it was going to fall apart at one stage, but somehow Luminosity dropping that one. They are going to force buy back into this round straight away though, so they're going to have AK-47s and a Galil as well. They have to do some decent utility going forward, so still all to play for this round. No AWPs purchased to either side here, but the 4-man stack coming in for the French side. Looks like it'll be a similar proposition from Luminosity as well, as it looks like they're going towards their traditional B play. Existence, they're going for that aggressive pick and gives it away straight away. That's going to be difficult for them to actually play now. They hold off the B side with 3 men.
And watch the drop position because that Molotov forces RPK out of position. Scream, he compensates for it, but knowing he's lost his teammate out toward the drop means that they've got more room to enter. Smiths, I think, the best thing he could do at this point is just stay silent because they aren't going to know that it was that 4-man stack. Like you're saying, they've already picked off at least one. They've spotted another. If he just sits in that henhouse and doesn't even move, surely they'll not spot him, but he actually does show his hand, and now Fallen's going to take down RPK. Scream gets one back, but they can spam into Smiths, and Cold, although he's on 14 HP, has a chance to try and open up the bomb site still.
Yeah, you can never know with this guy. Never write him off. You can see
This is good from Steel.
Steel is going to be coming in, but Smiths is aware of the situation though. Steel's taking a little bit too much time here for my liking. Should be taken down, but Shocks, just misses out getting taken down. Smiths neutralizes it, and now it's just going to be Cold Zero. Left at 14 HP, they're aware of his situation. Hasn't got the bomb in his hand either, so he's just looking for any sort of opening he can, but that nice play with the flashbang. Scream comes in, and they get their second round on the board, and actually break the economy of Luminosity as well. So it puts them in a really good position now, Titan, going forward. They need to get a decent amount of rounds together, need to build up that economy. We know it's been a problem for Titan in the past, letting rounds slip away due to force buys going in. So we can see now Luminosity are going to invest in some Tech 9s, 2 smoke grenades as well. I assume they're probably going to go towards middle, try and smoke off connector, smoke off balcony, for example, then see what they can do with that. Looks like they are going to be going towards the top middle. Shocks will be smoking off that key point, allowing them not to go through straight away, but Fallen doesn't care. He's going to be pushing straight through. Shocks finds 2 frags there, locks it down, gets the bomb as well. The rest of the T is going to be towards long A.
Yeah, and a wrap back through from Danger on Cold's part to try and grab that bomb to recover it. They just want to get that down at this point, pick up that extra economy. They're doing decent damage. 2 players headshotted up, RPK and Smith, but none of them die, so this will add to the bank account that the CTs have been building. And not only that, Titan will take the 3-2 lead after getting that 3rd round eco.
Yeah, Existence picking up the P90. He's presumably going to always drop down with that gun, but the T's not with a massive bankroll this time. You can see bolts of the Galil, 4 players on AKs. They haven't got the AWP on Fallen, one of the maps you really can open up on, but they have got the 4 smoke, well, actually 5 smoke grenades as well, so I'd presumably going to see something like a wall of smoke come down to the B-bomb side. Try and get the upper platform play going in first, and then try and get the bomb down, isolating the CTs off from the bomb site. It looks like they're all committing all 5 towards B as well. Getting towards that upper platform play.
This is the boost as well. He spots it, but for a great shot. He reads that perfectly, and Shocks goes down. Because that could have worked perfectly. If Fur didn't see that coming, and Shocks gets in behind them, lines them up at long, they're pretty much slaughtered at that point.
Existence to mount that P90 just below the upper platform. He needs to go big here. Lying in wait. He's get ready to execute.
And that first flash comes in, he doesn't peek on it, but Bolt still walks into his crosshair. Steel, great headshot to trade right away because that P90 can still do damage, but the boost from Smith, he's going to drop down 3. Cold's alive in that smoke. He actually passes behind 2 Titan players, but he doesn't turn back fast enough to get the kill, and now he's confused because there's players everywhere. But what a play on top of that boost, and Titan now have 4 rounds.
Yeah, he went absolutely massive in that tree area. He saw the wall of smoke come in there, isolating some of the CTs off. It was only Smith that had a real opportunity to make something work out of that, and he delivered massively as well. Cold Zero being the last remaining player, snuck through the smoke, potentially could have caused some damage there, but didn't really get out of hand at all. So 4-2 now in favour of Titan, getting a decent amount of cash put together as well. You can see them going for 2 SMGs this time. They know the money situation is going to be really bad for Luminosity, so they can justify Existence and Shocks on the SMGs. They know they'll be mowing down unarmored players with pistols, so a wise idea from them. They're not going to be giving away rifles.
RPK, they just fall into death. Might as well dig a hole at the bottom of the drop and let them fall into the grave. It's Steel now to at least get back into shots. 3 versus 4, but not really much Luminosity can look to try and do here because map control, it's just entirely in the favor of Titan.
Yeah, they managed to get 1 kill. Steel has picked up the UMP from Shocks, but all they can really hope to do is maybe drop down into this area with the flashbang as well. They can find a kill here, maybe rotate something up. They get down RPK. They're still on 3-on-2 in favor of the CT, so the bomb actually rotating back towards middle. So Scream going to be tested here as actually Steel gets through the connector as well.
And it's interesting that Steel stuck with the UMP there, because there was an AK for RPK's body. May indicate that they're just trying to do economic damage right now and try and pick up some more money for him with the kill reward. But either way, it is going to be Smith's now. Drop off the second last remaining player, and Steel shortly follows after. It's now 5-2, but Gun's going to come back up this time from LG. And the next round very important because they need to find a way back in early.
Yeah, it's going to be a change of pace this round. They finally stabilized their money. Fallen can pick up the AWP, so this will be the much slower, traditional Luminosity gameplay going forward. So they can work a pick and then go into the execution. That's going to be the main aim of the game for them going into this.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw them try and find a pick over toward A, because the only time they've looked at that site was when they did have that highway stack, and it was against pistols.
The thing is, well, Shocks has picked up the AWP. He's going to be facing towards middle as well, trying to work out if there's any sort of opportunity to take that a kill. He gets one as well. Anger spotted a couple more players as well, giving a big indicative sort of play from them that they're going to be going towards the A bomb side as well. So he's going to be rotating back, and he isn't done just yet. Going to be making his way towards long A. T's a little bit rattled now as well. Fallen needs to find something out of this. Shocks, after finding that pick, doesn't need to commit to this, but he wants more out of it.
He may yet get it as well because Cold doesn't see it coming, and what a shot from Shocks up close. Fur goes down as well, and the rotations have already been swift. They've got the bomb down. Titan's CT side is looking absolutely impenetrable. As soon as they had that first pick, they had 3 players push back over toward that A site, 2 get aggressive, as we see from Smiths out toward this long position. So even if Luminosity made an approach or got one kill on B, they had all kinds of time to rotate back. I mean, Titan right now is looking very coordinated in those shots from Shox.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Next level.
Once you get that first pick, you normally can fall back to the bomb site. Think, okay, guys, I've guaranteed us the round here. All they have to do, they have to come to the bomb site and force the issue. But he rotates and goes for more, and that no-scope as well. Very impressive stuff from Shox, and getting warmed up here and setting the tone for the rest of the half. Just going to be a man, Bolt's remaining here. He's got an AK and a flashbang to work with. No bomb control either, so Shox looks like he's hungry for one more. He's just trying to face off and get some intel here. The screen finishes the job. Taking out Bolt's really impressive round there. Looking much stronger here on the second map. Decobble. Shox picking up 3. He really was the MVP of that round. You can see the bankrolls going absolutely massive now. Smith's from 13k. But the rest of the guys not far behind.
But here's the thing as well, the bankroll on LG, they are on a max loss round bonus. And they could afford the AWP. They didn't actually go for it, but they could have had Steel drop that over toward Fallen. So they're electing this time to stick with the 5 rifles. The good news is by doing that, they're going to have good utility on all 5 players.
Well, it's a change of play here from Titan as well. Shox not going for that aggressive play towards middle. He's going to be the top towards connector. They've done for the 4-man stack towards B. This worked out really nicely for them, considering Luminosity going straight in as well. But LG find the first 2 kill. RPK coming in massively, and now it's a massive advantage towards the French side.
What a game RPK's having in this drop position as well. It's such an important spot. 9 kills for he, Shox, and Scream, although take that back. Shox goes to 10. But that's massive impact that he's having in that position. He will eventually go down to fall, and we saw the first pick this time get traded. Finally, it looked like LG could stabilize, and then they still can't break RPK's stranglehold on that position. And there it is, the timeout call. They know that nothing they're trying is working right now against Titan.
This is a really sensible decision from them. You can see they're a little bit stifled. They're not really sure how to approach the rounds. That slow, methodical style we are hoping for, getting it completely shut down last round by Shox, going for the aggressive pick towards middle. That was perfect from him. He knows what Luminosity are capable of, so he took the game to them. And then they forced board up once again with Galils and not really much else. Went for the fast speed play. RPK going absolutely massive there. So they need to work out what's going wrong here and work out the situation and how they can get the game back in their favor. You can see the money on their screen right now. They've got about 3,600 average across the board. So won't be able to get AWPs once more. I'd say they probably want to take one more eco here and then see if they can get the AWP out once more and then go for the A play again. They can't allow Shox to get away with that one round and think, okay, we can never try that once more because Shox has locked us down. Shox is going to be now more mobile. He's going to be a little bit more dynamic. The thing is, Titan get this pause as well, right? They know that Luminosity are going to be trying to adapt to what they're doing, so expect him to be moving it around, maybe take the AWP towards B, expecting another B push coming in.
Problem is, again, though, that eco round they won was on the A side as well when they had the 3-man stack out toward long. So both times they've gone there, they've got shut down before they can even get toward the entry point at the site.
They're just winning the mind games right now. It's just
exactly.
Reading the game perfectly. He's just scaring them away for the A bomb side, and the times they have been there, they've shown such great presence. So they go, okay, let's go back towards B, but of course, then the 4-man stacks there back into that bomb side, so they're just not sure how they can approach this one. So looking at the kills as well, it's only Fur that's really stepped up for Luminosity side. He's on 10 frags. The rest of the guys averaging about 2 or 3. So he's alone right now. He's been picking up.
To keep that in mind, though, he had 7 kills in the first 2 rounds. So he's only had 3 since then.
That 4-man, right?
That's right.
Well, here we go. Looks like we'll shortly be getting back into the game. Fallen type and resume. It'll be interesting to see how Shox approaches this one. Decobble when you have the AWP. When he gets in the zone, they can move around and go for first picks here. Expect him to just be very aggressive and try and keep working those first picks and taking the game towards Luminosity. Looks like he'll be facing towards long A this time. So a change of pace for him once more. This is him adapting. Doesn't look like Luminosity will be forcing into this one. This is called a quasi-buy, so they can justify the max loss bonus coming in there, $3,400 coming into their account, so they can get Tech 9s and some body armor, a little bit of utility to play with, and see what they can do with the round. Just trying to do some economical damage to the CTs. The thing is as well, Titan have gone for the double AWP setup now, changing things up from what has been working and changing the pace. So whether this is a good idea from them is yet to be seen, considering the Tech 9s is round as well. So Luminosity making their way towards B. They find the first kill as well, taking down Shox. This is where the double AWPs become a problem.
Yeah, well, the good news is they at least make it down drop this time. So Smiths is forced back in the hen house. Flashed as well, so they get the crossover towards the tree. RPK spots them, and now Smiths can compensate by relocating himself into a better angle, but he goes down. First Tech 9 wins. It does come back to Exists M4, but he still has a fight on his hands, and he expends all his ammo before that fight falls in favor. So Cold follows it up, and now LG, with Fallen taking that shot against Existence, this round has to be theirs.
The screen remaining. He's coming through connector right now. Hasn't got any grenades to play with, just his trademarked AK-47. Looking for any headshots that are available. And there it is, he takes down Fallen. Great opening frag, but he gets taken down by Coldzera. And that's the thing, I'm not sure why Titan were trying to adjust to that one. They have on such a good run. What was working was going perfectly for them. They decided to go for the double AWP. As soon as Shox died by himself, he was isolated. They pinned it onto the B bomb site. Existence missing his entry shot onto the site, and then it just all fell apart for them. They're going to continue with that setup as well. They're going to be doing Shox on AWP, Smiths as well. So Be interesting to see what they do to approach this one. Obviously, that last round didn't go too well for them. Luminosity get another foot into this.
And keep in mind, this does reset the money round, or rather the money bonus, the lost round bonus. So this could be make or break, because Luminosity as well, there's one more buy left on Titan. So if they can get consecutive rounds together, they can make a half out of this. But if they lose right now, the half's pretty much unsalvageable.
It's a huge round for Luminosity, that's for sure. So look at this aggression from Long A, from Titan as well. 3 players committed towards this area. They're reading this almost perfectly, considering that Fallen's just waiting for them. You can see Shox is creaking around the corner now. Fallen just set up, waiting for a CT to come around, and he may just have a bit of
That's towards
there.
danger. I know. That's such a confusing thing with X-Ray. That was actually danger,
like
not closer. It was a little further back. Either way, this is the spot that has absolutely been in control of the man we're watching. RPK has dominated the drop position every time that he's had one of the primary rifles, either the AK or the M4. Or gets fired off, he won't be able to go right away. They'll follow that up as well, so just buying time right now from Titan. But remember, LG don't mind this. They're the type of team that will let time tick away. They'll wait, they'll set up, and they will execute. And right now, we could chance our read on the fact that with 5 players over toward B, that's will be where they hit, 30 seconds to go. And Cold, he's taking down RPK. This time they've got drop to work with. It will be a split on the site. And Shox has to guess if they're going to push from window, because there's no rotation to cover off mid, or if they'll go through the main entry, because if they go through the window right now, he's a sitting duck, and they're getting all the shots on the site as well. Shox manages at least one on Cold, but bomb, it's already going down. Shox up close, does take down Fur. That's a no-scope again, so 2 close shots from him in this round, but still they have to retake the site, and Steel's going to reign supreme against Scream. It's all down to Shox, 1 versus 3, looking for a headshot on the first man. Doesn't matter, he still manages to get Steel. But time is definitely his enemy. This smoke grenade, is he going to stick on it? Flash as well? No, he's going to fake, try and fall back, and they're splitting it correctly. Bolt reads it. Shox goes down. They've got one more buy.
Big round there from Luminosity, slowing it right down. That's what we were almost expecting for this one. And that's why I was saying Titan, that double AWP setup, looks like Smiths is a little bit weak on the B bomb side, not hitting some key shots there. And with the execution they're expecting for Luminosity to come onto these sides, I think the AWP was probably the worst weapon to have on that. You want the rifle setups there, the boost is working out very well for them. And that's 2 in a row for Luminosity, and a make or break for Titan. They don't have a single kit here. Shox has the AWP once more, and he's going for that aggressive pick towards mid. Smokes himself out and is looking for anyone crossing towards long A, but it's a much more passive setup this time. Just Fallen waiting at the top towards mid, looking towards long A. And their first kill comes with a cold zero. That's Smiths jumping over the upper platform again. He's taken down once more.
This has been a big difference as well, because we saw them losing all the first picks in the rounds they weren't winning, and now, as that's changed, so too has the scoreline. They're putting Scream inside drop this time, as they go for a different setup, having been down a man. Now they switch RPK back over. They'll take Scream toward long, and RPK back to his old tricks, instantly drops out a smoke that's going to slow down Fur even longer.
Problem is now they've committed all players towards the B bomb site. They have no information as to what's going on A whatsoever. I think now you can see that the Terror is probably going to get some intel here soon. Still got a minute to play with as well. Titan need to be aware of this. You can see them RPK rotating over to the A side now, probably a little bit scared as to what may be going on.
This battle at long could still dictate a lot of what happens in this round. If Shox is able to commit this pick and complete it successfully, then surely they'll rotate back to A, and the counter-terrorists, they should know this. But should he fail in that battle, they'll flood into the B side, and this is actually an early rotation, almost an over-rotation right now from Titan.
They've gone from one extreme to the other, from having all 4 people towards B, now they're sending everyone towards A, and now they're going to run into rotation kills here. Furs are waiting for them. It's a nightmare situation for Titan. How are they going to get back into this round? That's how RPK finds the kill.
They're actually still going to wrap toward A. Fur thinks he can split and cut and divide because he don't know that they've rotated back over. He actually went at the right time to cut off B, but Shox gets isolated. He's going to have to win this duel right now. Cold pops out at the right time, and it's left to Scream. See how silent he can be. 6 seconds. If he stops the plant, he might be able to win it, but Fallen trades it. If he had dropped the bomb right there and stayed alive, it was over.
Yeah, that was it. I thought they had lost that round purely because of the time there. What an interesting round that was. Titan is committing and not really having any information, just bouncing between each bomb site. They get caught with their trousers down in that connector area. Third is waiting for them, gets an advantageous position, and that's the killer round for Titan as well. It's the one that breaks their back, and they go with no money into this one. They're going to have Desert Eagles and 5-7s, and Luminosity definitely fighting back here. That slow gameplay working out much better for them, and this completely pulling the CTs apart there. Great work from them going to this one, but round number 13, you'd assume they're going to take this, but anything's possible when the Desert Eagles and CZs are out on this map.
Shox is in a good position as well toward danger. Steel's definitely going to overlook this if he goes that direction, and we see now that he doesn't appear to want to do so. It still means that Shox will be in a very fast flank position. But Steel right now, he's just being the lurk. He's just trying to get this information to read if there is a stack toward the B side. And with first spotting 2 toward drop, and him being that far into A, Is the call going to be go back to A, or is it going to be exactly this? Steel rotates around and tries and cuts off those CT players. They're not aware of this at all. This could work out really well for Steel because he's so silent. They're not even looking. They're still looking toward long. He's not going to shoot. Still has the trigger discipline. Now he'll open it up. Now he gets one. Now he gets two. Looking for the third. Existence isn't dead yet, but Bolts comes out, and he'll close it off. Very well done from LG, specifically Steel, to be so quiet and patient in that play.
Yeah, really controlled play from them. They're not overcommitting to certain things, getting information, getting a key player behind the CTs as well. It's an absolute dream anti-eco for them. And they get their 6th round on the board as well. Definitely fighting back into this one. That's 4 in a row for them as well. Titan have dropped off ever since that huge win streak they had earlier in the half. But here we go. There we go to round number 14. They're going to stabilize things. Shox picks up the AWP once more, and I actually prefer this setup. They're not going to have Smith from the AWP. He's had a very quiet game. As soon as he has the orb, it seems like he drops off completely. I'd much rather them have the rifle set up here, allow them to have those rotations to stay as a fragging unit with the rifles going forward. Shox this time going towards long A. And Fallen just waiting for him. He hasn't been really part of this game too much. He's been holding the top and middle, just waiting for rotations. That's exactly what you need, considering sometimes aggressive CT sides going to be the ones that take you down in terms of gathering information.
Watch this play from Shox, though. Still able to hit Steel this time. Steel does walk into that danger position. RPK more passive this time on drop, but as you say, Fallen's waiting. He's flashed out. RPK tries to guess where Fur's going to land, but he guesses wrong, and Fur, he'll take the kill. Existence forced in by that Molotov. Can't go into safety, but wins the duel regardless. And that will slow things down from LG's side. Again, down a man right now, and it's a 2-on-3 take on the B site because still we have that lurk player, but Bolts, he's going to even up that situation. He'll take down Smiths. Scream's going to go back toward the statue, but the flash blinds him off, and that means Existence can't go for the peak by himself, so it finds more time and space for LG to try and execute, and what time does allow for is exactly what we're seeing on the offsite position. Fallen to try and figure out exactly what the CTs are up to. Hopefully they don't rotate back on this, though, because what Fallen doesn't know, and we do see the bomb heading back through the tunnels, is that Shox has passed him. So he's going to meet the bomb. This kill is the round. This kill is literally the round right now.
He's got his knife out there. They're going to run into each other. Who's going to hit the no-scope? It's going to be Shox! That's amazing from him. That's such a huge kill. He gets the kill. That's absolutely shocking, and it's going to pull the round apart here. Goes into a 2-on-2, and now we need to work out where the other 2 remaining Brazilian players lie.
The round's definitely over at this point, though. 15 seconds. Even if they recover the bomb at this point, I don't think there's time enough to make it toward the A site. They're going to try, but with Exist getting that kill on Fallen, it's over. Yeah, 7 seconds. No way for a plant. That kill from Shox. How many no-scopes and up-close battles have we seen him win with the op?
That's absolutely nuts. So he seemed like he had his knife out. He had no real chance of getting into that round. Rolls needs to make sure he stays alive going to this one. But yeah, Shox and the no-scope there. I can't wait to see that in some more highlight videos. That was such a huge kill going forward. That's the only way he could have won that duel. No-scope, mid-air, and somehow it works out for him.
And again, Fallen made that call to come back toward A. You got to think he's kicking himself too, because it's like, damn, he snuck by me when I went long, and suddenly that one kill hinged the whole round. I mean, that was it. It was done.
Fallen looked like he was such a great position. Gives a call off for his team. Everyone rotate over. Everything's fine here. And then Shox just lying in wait. Thing is, the CTs haven't really recovered their economy. It came down to another one-on-one situation, so you can see 3 of them on 4 buys here. Definitely the terrorist advantage. We're going to round number 15. Once again, Shox going close to the middle, trying to gather anything he can in terms of sound. Steel's going to be lurking. He's not really committing to anything just yet. They're looking for that aggressive play from Smiths. And the thing is with Smiths as well, he's on 5 for 90. I think the only kills he got was in that big round. He got the 4-man with the AK, but look at this Steel now. Coming in behind Shox, he should be able to find the kill. He should just spot the back. Could have knifed him if he wanted to.
This is amazing. This is amazing. God. He's being so quiet about this. Scream's going to walk back away. He knows Shox is there, so he'll take at least the one. Now he pops out and Scream goes down as well. LG, they're so good at these plays. 2 from Steel this game. We saw it from Fur multiple times at the major as well. Cold through the smoke will find RPK because neither of them can contain themselves. They're a little bit too excited. Either way, it's LG to take the round. And considering they went down 7-2, 8-7 is not a bad half at all.
Steel just seems to be in these like horrible situations for the CTs every single time. Getting them in that sort of position and the CTs not being aware whatsoever. Being able to hug the back of Shox there was absolutely crazy. But really interesting half there. The fact that Titan looked like they were running away with it completely. Then all of a sudden, they have this big flurry of rounds coming in. What was it, like 4 or 5 in a row? Definitely. And if all up in the air now. I'm not really sure how to call this one goes down because obviously the pistol is going to be massive, and seems like Luminosity have come to life towards the late end of the half.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that was the thing. When they lost that eco round, they had one more round to buy. They lost that, money got out of control. Not only that, we saw the bank starting to build. They weren't getting kills, so they allowed Titan's bank to just get massive. At one point, Scream, when they lost that round to make it 7-3, he had 15K still. So it took that much more. The fact that LG was able to bring it back this far with that in mind and how much work they had to do just to break the economy on Luminosity, that's impressive.
Shocks needed to step up massively there. He went about 15 for 10. He was on the AWP. One of the few maps we actually see him wielding that like predominantly. Like he's the main AWP on the map. We know he can AWP very well, but it's normally Smiths or sometimes Existence taking that role on. The thing is with Smiths as well, he was so quiet on that B bomb side. It didn't really have any impact whatsoever. Remember that boost round he had on the tree ball? Got 3 or 4 kills. He finished it at half on 5. So from that point on, he kind of dropped off completely.
And it's interesting that they did go to Shocks on that map with the AWP because we saw Smiths actually able to pick up, although we look at the scoreline, it was 16-6. He was able to get a lot of the first picks with the AWP. He was when they changed the tempo on Cash. He was the one that was really making it doable for them.
Well, then we go into the second half now. Titan on the T side. They're going to be purchasing 2 sets of armor for RPK and Existence. It looks like Tech9's coming out as well. That's going to be dropped onto Smiths. 2 utility players. They're going to have 2 smoke grenades as well. And what kind of round are we going to see from the CTs? Looks like the 4-man stack going towards B. Pretty traditional stuff so far. And Third is trying to gain info towards mid.
Yeah, it's in case it was a fast A rush, they threw that second decoy down there with him, so that at least they think there was a second man, but it is going to be a stack on B right now. Shocks is the one holding the bomb. Existence is the one closest to the site. Remember, pistol totals in this series are 2-1 favoring Luminosity. We'll see if they can change that right now, Titan. Bring that back to an even keel. Cold Zero is going to take down Smith, so it doesn't start well. Fallen manages one, but the trades come in, and now it is still a 3-on-3. Have to go for the reload, though, and Existence is left in the open. Cold's going to pick up 2, and Spur, what a shot to close it out with Titan. And now it's 3-1.
Pretty much an identical pistol round that Luminosity proposed in the first half there, waiting for the CT aggression to come in. You split between drop down and the upper platform there. The thing is, though, Luminosity is finding all the frags. Came down to the 2-on-1 situation of Fur finishing off that clinical headshot there. He's been absolutely fantastic this series. And then let's look at the buys coming in. Titan going to be forced by in this situation. This has been a problem for them throughout their campaign. Titan as a whole as a team. RPK with the sawn-off shotgun. A weapon is coming into the meta on this map, especially with teams like Fnatic wielding this so much.
I mean, JW, you're right, at that spot, he'll use it the whole game if you allow him to. Push out right now. Cold surprisingly wins that duel because it looked like it might favor the pistol with the first shot, but headshot from the MP7. It takes the battle with convincing fashion, but again, you're going to see this drop play come in. The flash goes in, and now the shotgun around and already down the corner. It's going to be a passive hold from LG. That's smart in this situation, but that shotgun's still in good range. It's a headshot from RPK. How much further can he really go with it, though, because now he's in the open, and the SMGs will come into their own. That Shocks at least gets one. Smiths, though, he's in a good position. He's actually taking down the last rotation. They're trapped inside the site right now, and Shocks, he knows he has to go for that bomb, but they're split up. Great position behind the door right now from Steel, and it does take down Smith. Steel pops out and takes down Shocks as well, but that could have easily fallen apart. One more kill either way, and it was over.
Yeah, that great entry from RPK with the sawn-off shotgun. Gets one, but then he overcommits a little bit too much. Once you're out in that sort of range, can't really make the sawn-off shotgun work too much. I said the auto shotgun was first picked up on himself, so he's going to be having a little bit of fun this round. Titan can't really justify much more than a couple of upgraded pistols going into this round, but I say that, though, they're actually going to be force buying into this round fully, Matt. This is pretty nutty. They're going to be going straight for after force buy in the last round. This is almost suicide for them. If they lose this round, they're going to be double eco perhaps. So let's see what they can do with this. Tech9's armors, grenades as well. A must-win round.
It's a bit shocking that they commit to it that early, and Cold takes the fight. He catches off Smith because he just saw the edge of that grenade thrown from the corner. He knew where to look, and it's a slaughter. Steel just holds down the trigger, and he'll absolutely drop everybody that goes down that position. Cold closes the round.
Yeah, I can see.
Talk about taking the fight.
I can see where Titan were going with that one. Obviously, they got a few kills in the second round. I'm thinking, okay, they're going to have the SMGs going out, and we're going to have the advantage in that way. But if you're going to do that, at least make it a full-on rush. I'd say just completely swarm the drop-down area, but they waited for a little bit, and it's the easy spray down there towards drop-down. It's just a really difficult round to watch as well. And they're going to have Shocks as force port again. He's going to be going Tech9 and head armor. This is leaving himself on $1,000. Obviously, they're going to get a decent loss bonus going into it, but they're not setting themselves up for full executions and stuff going forward. But another round you'd assume is going in favor of Luminosity there. Cold Zero taking down the first kill onto the upgraded player, and now Steel should have a spray down into drop down there. I'd say that those Smiths takes him down, bringing it down to the 4-on-4.
And not only that, picks up an M4 to go with it, which is one of 2 in the round. Smiths now drops Fallen. It's going to turn suddenly against LG, and Cold needs to be so careful because he's the other one with the rifle. He's down to 40 HP. It's all falling apart for LG right now. Good shot from Bolt. And they deny the plant. That's crucial because Cold was able to win that battle. He took 2 kills, in fact, make it 3 in the end. And it's going to limit the money. Again, if they got that bomb plant down just enough after those 2 force buys, it could have slowly started to bring them back in. But you're right, Henry. They're giving away a lead that wasn't really lost.
Well, absolutely. They didn't have to commit there. They weren't too far gone out of the series yet. They just lost the pistol. Didn't have to commit to the double force buy. It's been a problem for Titan, I feel. But they're not going to have an AWP this time. They're going to be relying on the AK players. It's going to be full AKs across the board. They have got some utility to play with. 3 smokes and a couple of Molotovs. That's about it. So interesting to see how they approach this one. Not going to be going towards B this round. Going to be feeling out towards getting towards top of mid control. But CT's waiting for them though. With the auto shotgun as well. And here we go. The flashbang comes through. Bolts and Fur waiting for them. It's going to be a really sloppy exchange here.
Bolts wants to go through this. There is the flash. We switch over and see Existence blinded up on the other side of the site. And Bolts actually did take Scream, so that works out. And now they know they don't have to overcommit to this, so they will fall back to the site, but not before boosting one in the corner. We'll see if this gets checked. It's a very common spot, but usually not after an aggressive push. So this could still work out. Shotgun, he is spotted, and he goes down. Smith is able to hold on to it. If the shotgun even landed one of those, it would have been enough.
Thing when you normally boost someone like that, you have another man getting the attention at least towards the end of long A, but that's a really silly play to give away a kill that easily. Brings it down to the 4 and 4, and you see Tyson setting up now towards the A bomb site. 3 players towards mid doors. RPK leading the charger with the AK-47, but it has been a rotation from the CTs. They are waiting still on the bomb site. Should be able to spot a T any second now. Yeah,
and they've got the second man in the site as well. So usually you have one on the site and one playing from the balcony, which then gets either Molotov or smoked off and cuts off the rotations. Great kills from Titan on entry though, and they might just check out where Bolts is. He's going to take down Existence. That gives up the gig. He's all down already. Shock spotting him, and it's left to fall and has an AWP. Bomb not yet planted, so the time is going to be in his favor. But they've still got at least that one smoke grenade to try and slow this down. And I imagine at this point, where they do have the lead, he'll just look to do economic damage, but not if they give him the kills too soon, because then he's going to think this is slightly possible. Shocks drops already. No kit, though. Yeah, this absolutely shouldn't. He should just sit and look for exits.
Yeah, at this point, like, they know they've got enough money to buy the next round. He's only got $950 himself. His staying alive would be absolutely vital. If he can find one more frag, that'd be great, but that's a little bit silly from Fallen, in my opinion. He's going to leave himself with $2,300 going into the next round. They still can definitely buy, but won't necessarily have that AWP power behind them. So
they are limited for sure. Existence
as well. Luminosity got that first pick towards long A. They took some damage. At that point, I'd say let's fall back to the bomb side. Let's force the issue now. But they isolated the auto shotgun player in that boost position. He's there by himself. Like, he's never really going to capitalize. It was always checked, like you said, and he didn't really do anything with it. Came down to the 4 and 4. The rotations came through, but Titan capitalizing. They take round number 20, but the CT's fighting back forward.
This is aggressive. Oh, that's aggressive. That's impressive, in fact, as well as LG. They flash all the way into the other side of mid. They catch down RPK, and they're able to fall back without taking any more damage from the other 2 players. That's how unexpected it was.
Well, this is the point. This happened last round, and they gave up one of those players before the execution even came in. This time, they can afford to actually play a little bit more clever and see what they can do with this one. You can see Tyson trying to gain some positional control. It's going to be Smiths towards long air, the AWP, seeing what he can do. By himself, though, needs to be careful. He wouldn't be taken down, but his play coming in from them.
Sharks is going to try and get something back for Titan again. They'll slow this down and play the picks because they have to, but it's very smart right now. Not too much of an overextension from LG. They know they've got time in their favor, the man advantage. There's no need giving it up like they did last time. Still a slightly forward position right now from Bolts, but he's hoping that that won't be checked on the off angle from mid. Instead, in fact, though, Titan is going to group up and head back toward the B site. Fallen waiting on Statue. Cold going to cover off the drop room. Steel's rotated early back toward A, but he's going to get this call any second from Fallen as he checks toward long, and now they're going to bring Fur as well. The matter is, are they going to be here in time? So Fallen has to come up big. He does get one with the shotgun. Make it now 2 as he takes down Scream. His teammate's done the damage at drop, so it's left to just this kill. And surely it's all but over. Smith's able to salvage at least one against Fallen. Pick up the AWP, but not able to hit Cold. And Luminosity puts themselves on 12.
Luminosity playing this map really well. They're going for they're choosing one area of the map. This time it was middle, flashing through, finding that first pick, and then making Titan work for anything after that. Fallen with no money going into that run, manages to find, what, 3 kills at the mag 7? I think it was 2 maybe at the headshot the last one, but that was huge from him. And Titan just looking a little bit lost going into that bomb site. The thing is as well, they're force buying once more, Matt. This is such a huge problem for them. They only have $1,400 going into this round. They've gone for another force buy, 2 AK-47s, Tech 9s, and a P250. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this. Such a crucial stage of the map. Committing all 5 players towards B as well. T's going to have to push through the smoke and see what they can do with this one. The CT's in a very passive setup here. They're probably aware exactly how the money lies for Team Titan now.
Flash through. Existence, he wants to push on this. Cold is going to play passive at Rock, able to dodge out at least one flashbang, but Steel's not as lucky. But Cold's still there. He betters that. He may have up to 2 kills for the one that's lost, and Bolts is able to cover off the adjacent angle. Smiths goes down and Shocks Scream. Well, they might have pistols. They don't have any more kills. It's 13 now, Luminosity, 3 to go.
Really hard to watch. I'm not really sure how many times I'm going to say this to Titan with the questionable force buy. You can see that money, how it's been affected now. They only get $1,900 going into this round. Can't really justify anything purchased whatsoever. They want to stay alive in this one. So 13 plays 9. Luminosity in touching distance of series point here. They're getting it closer and closer, and Titan needs to work out what the hell is going on as we go into round number 23. It's almost a throwaway round. They've got nothing to play with apart from 2 PT50s. That's about it, Matt. And you can see CT's going aggressive once again. Fur pushing through that smoke. Doesn't really need to, but he's going straight in anyway. First, finds the first pick onto Smiths, and now should find a couple more as well.
It's twice he's done this, and they've got pistols. This is so hard for them to retake. Surely he'll go down eventually because there's just too many ants to kill right now, but that's impressive, again, that they're able to take that confidence. And this is what I'm saying with Fur. If he's back on form, this team is so scary. Not to mention Cold's on 26 kills himself, which is mostly over the last few rounds, because Steel was in the lead not too long ago on 17.
A lot of teams will, even when you know the other team's on a full EQ here, you go for that full aggression and just completely shut down the round straight away. It just pits the teams on tilt completely. They think, okay, let's try and do this, see what we can do. And all of a sudden, this bus hits them and they think, okay, we have to go to the next round. We don't even have time to discuss it. So that's why a lot of teams will show that heavy aggression at the start.
One thing it does do, though, is give up this M4 to Shox. What's his decision going to be with it, though? Oh. Smoked off toward long. Not able to do much so far. Does at least spot out Steel, who had no expectation that he was rotating back over. This gives up the fact that he's also heading toward A. And Shox is going to commit to this, despite not having any armor. There's 30 seconds. He still has to cross past the doorway from mid as well. Flash comes out. Doesn't really do much. Just slows Shox slightly. Also gives up the fact that there is one at least toward the balcony of the CT side, but Bolts, he just holds the angle. Shox walk in, and it's now 2 to go for Luminosity to 2-0 Titan.
So coldzera having one of the most exciting performances at the major just gone by. He's currently sat on 28 frags, so continuing that fantastic form going into this event. Really is firing on all cylinders now, and such an important round going forward here. We enter number 24. If Luminosity take this one, they're on series points. So Titan not much more than $4,000 each going into this round. So they've got some smoke grenades, one Molotov on Smiths, but must-win situation for them. Can't allow this game to fall away any further. As they're going towards long A once more. There's only be one player towards A for Brazilian side. It's going to be Fur. Scream going emphatically towards long A once his first pick.
And he pushes through his own Molotov, try and force Fur to position. Interestingly, there's no one waiting at lower mid, even though he's got the information he's falling back, so he's able to get into a safe position right now. And remember, he still has this M4. He can still do a ton of damage regardless of how they want to try and pop flash through this doorway. Now, there is a really easy pop flash to cover up all angles, including how deep Fur's playing right now. But I don't think anyone's in position to throw it. In fact, they aren't even looking to. They're just going to go out back toward long.
Thing is, coldzera's on the upper platform. He's given the information to his CT teammates that he can probably rotate back to where, and that's exactly what they've done. There 3 players in. Fur does decide to push through towards middle. Smiths takes him down. A lifeline now for Titan as they go into the A side.
Yeah, confusing that Fur wants that information, considering, like you say, they had it on the B site in the form of Cold. That gives up now a second kill as Steel goes down, so Bolts has to come up big, and they're just bringing Fallen back over onto the A site now, but luckily, Bolts has picked up 2. Swaps to the pistol, not able to take down Smiths, and Existence getting Fallen immediately after. Again, this all comes back to Fur, because now Cold's going for this flank, this rotation play, and he's spotted out already from Shox.
Yeah, that was an interesting play from the CT side. Like I said, we had coldzera pushing up the upper platform, probably gave the call off, okay, no one's here. The CT just had to lie and wait there. Obviously, the surprise factor comes in, he can get flashed in, try and find one frag there, but just the T's completely shut him down. That was their entrance to the site. They were just waiting for that to happen. The CT made a mistake, and obviously going forward, another huge round here. Titan off the loss bonus now, 14 plays 10. Fallen picking up the AWP. It'll be interesting to see where he decides to go. Looks like he'll be going straight towards B. And Smith's on the orb this time. Shox has gone back to the rifle roll.
They're going to try the boost this time. This won't be a full boost, though. This is just to give Fallen position with that AWP. Yep. Problem is he has to hit it if they go that direction, because he only has to fall back so far. But meanwhile, LG, the regression back on the A side, it pays off. 2 kills already. Smith's the second of which to fall, and they're going to push Cold. We know what he can do. We've seen his numbers add up. One gets by in the smoke, but now he knows that he goes after Shox. He'll get the kill as well. Tries to spin around and just take anyone else that might be following in his footsteps. But Existence, he'll see those tracers. Again, the A4, not the A1. So it is traded, but still a massive disadvantage. 4 versus 2, and Titan have a massive task if they want to try and pull back into this round. Not only that, look at this. Fur, he definitely already spots RPK. He's going to stay silent. How good is LG at trigger discipline? I have to say, they might be the best team at it right now, and he's just going to wait even longer. He might even just go for the knife. He doesn't need to. They're going to put themselves on that point. There's no need to get carried away with it. Either way, Existence picks up 2, but it's not enough. Fur closing it out, and it's going to be series point now for LG.
Saw him pull out his knife. He thought, okay, I'm going to go for this one. Then he lost the frag towards the upper platform. Then he saw the panic come into him. Oh, God, I need to find this frag straight away. Balances it. But the thing is, as well, LG just adapting perfectly once again. Instead of sending one player towards A this time, they had the crossfire set up towards long A. Titan didn't read it at all. They came running into long A, expecting to find that one frag once more. Got completely shut down by the crossfire. And the bad news for them as well, like I said, they lost money. The lost bonus on this round has been completely reset. They get $1,400. this is pretty much a series point here. They have pistols and 1 AK to play over on Smiths. Probably want to give that towards Scream or Shock maybe, but he's going to be the man wielding it this time. As they have the bomb towards middle here, and the CT is ready for it as well. Bolt's is there with his teammate Fur. He's going to push through the smoke once more, and he's in such a deadly position. Going to be behind Smiths. And Shoxy, there's the first kill, and that could be the final nail in the coffin there.
He's been so good at pushing out of these A positions. Smiths, he's not even sure what to do. And
He's got the bomb as well.
Yeah,
look at the rest of his team.
Exactly. He fakes that he's going back, and now he's going to creep back up on this long platform. Smiths, fortunately, is still looking that way, so it might work out for him. But meanwhile, Steel, he shuts down one push from drop. Smiths does win that battle against Fur with Scream taking that shot on Cold. This is actually doable because they've got A to take care of. They've lost Scream, so it's all on Smiths to try and prolong what potentially may still be inevitable, but give them still a chance back into this game. And he is going to plant this bomb on the B site. They're slowly rotating. They're going to stay together. They don't think he's crossed yet. That's now given up. They've got kits on both players. They've only got one Molotov. They can't even flash themselves through the door, but they get the trade kill. So Smiths hits Fallen, Bolts follows up, and LG, they're going to take this in 2 straight maps.
Yeah, Titan is not really arriving whatsoever there on the T half. They had a couple of, the first round they actually won, like that eco round where this was like Luminosity made a couple of mistakes there, but just the force buying consistently from Titan there, it's so disappointing to watch. You see it happen so much in that T half, it's just like time and time and time again. After losing the pistol, they force bought. After getting a few kills, they force bought again. And then it's never had the AWP until the very last seconds of the round, and it's just like, it was really, really difficult to watch.
It's not something that we haven't seen from Titan before to make that mistake.
Well, they did the same thing remember against NIP at the major. They won the first half 13-2. Going to the second half, there's more force buys. Keep force buying, guys. We're going to break them soon. But it's never happened. It came down to, what, 16-13 in the end?
Yep.
It's more like this time, it didn't have that huge better rounds to play with. So they really need to concentrate on actually utilizing the money and actually managing that properly and like giving their top players the actual chance to do full executions there.
And just to clarify, you're talking about the Inferno game where Titan did win against NIP because, of course, they did
replay
the
first
them
game
in
of
the
the group
decider.
stage.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was Inferno. That's what I'm saying.
Cobble.
It was Cobble. Okay,
Yeah,
either way.
Cobble.
Right, of course it was Cobble. Every map was Cobble. But either way, that was the one that they won, not the one they lost in the series. That said, we've got the analysts standing by. 2-0 for Luminosity. We'll see what Thorn has to say about his prediction.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Well, that was a 2-0. Pretty confident there, although the second side looked like Titan was trying to get it going.
And just to pick up on what Sidikist is saying there, where he's like trying to wreck Duncan a little bit and say, well, let's see what Duncan thinks of his prediction. I don't think he would have made the prediction he made had we known that Shox was calling. Would you? Am I right? Because I certainly wouldn't.
It is a bit of a
I'm
game
happy to
changer.
tell you why.
The thing is, this result here, the Cobble one particularly, really shows where both teams are at. It's the worst map for Luminosity stats-wise. They played it absolutely fine. They looked good on it. It's the best map for Titan stats-wise. They looked lost on it. They couldn't really do a whole lot. Even though they got the start going on the CT side, that was only early in the game. That was from having the early advantage. So you really see where both teams are at. Luminosity are at their peak right now. They're playing so well that even on a bad map, they can get it going. Titan, give them every advantage in the world, and they can't take advantage of it right now.
Yeah, well, exactly right. And I mean, look, this is the confusing thing. So obviously we have had it confirmed that Shox is going to be the in-game leader. So the first thing I will say is, I'm friends with Shox. Big fan of his. In-game leader, he is not. And he's tried it a few times, and I can't really think of a time it's been super successful. Usually, it's when you're already at the last result.
He always tries it in times of desperation.
Yeah, times of desperation, exactly right. So you have that. Then, okay, so let's just analyse. You've got existence, right? When was the last time he's been like, some sort of sick fragger? You have him in there because he's the brain. Well, you've removed that, and he's not doing anything on the scoreboard. So now you're carrying double dead weight. So it's just, that's insane to me. That's absolutely crazy. And just overall, there's no cohesion, no synergy. I was watching a lot of the tactics. It all seemed to revolve around, can you guys hold the site? And then maybe Shox can get a wrap around, pick up some kills or something. Really, really poor. There was no imagination then. The executes on the T side weren't particularly slick. There is no way Titan should be coming to a LAN event and losing a Luminosity on Cobble. There is nothing statistically. That is a better's nightmare. That should never happen.
Well, and we're doing the BenQ play of the day, but we decided basically it needed to be 2 plays of the day. I mean, the deal breaker on that one was Steal.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and roll those. I think the first one is
I'm
sneaky
not
one.
used to that, Scoots. Someone called Steel being on the right side of an upset.
Oh, Josh, we love you. All right, so here you go. Here's the first one.
Yeah, wreck. Yeah, this is obviously a great flank. Like I was saying when this was happening, he's going to get him. And even worse, if I'm Shox here, I'm going to be raging if this happens.
And when it was happening, we were like, is he going to knife him? He's going to knife him? He's going to knife him? And then he just turns and goes.
That's the ballsy
That's
part of the
funny.
play.
That is
That's where
insane.
you're going absolutely like so confident.
But that gets him the second kill because he did that.
Exactly, exactly right.
Because obviously, if he just goes straight for Shox there, but Smiths is waiting in that corner, he would have died actually.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just phenomenal play from him. And do you know what? It shows the confidence that was shining through in Luminosity. A lot of people probably in that instance, you take the easy kill, you die, you get traded out. Maybe Titan go on to win that round. To just have the confidence to be like, Shox ain't going to turn around. I'm really confident. I want 2 kills here in this situation. This is a 2-kill play. And to have it in your brain to do that, I've got to say as well, Steel is like probably the weakest player in the team. And there's been a lot of speculation, with all this talk about Kogu coming back. We brought this up at the major. What might happen if Steel is deemed surplus to requirements? So I think maybe there's a little bit of a fire under him. He had a very good performance today against the team, that a lot of people at home would have been thinking would have beat Luminosity.
And also one more look at him, round 17.
Yeah, exactly
also
right.
3K, I believe. Again, kind of seals the deal.
Yeah, because if you look at where the game was at this point in time, yeah, they're on a save. Well, not really a save, it's like a force buy, but if they get this one, that's where they're going to break back the economy and they would have been back in the game.
I mean, I got to say there as well, like, it's mega frustrating to me when I'm watching Cobble games and you're in that drop-down area and you see the T's and they can't successfully trade. So even if you get 2 kills there in the trade, that's a disaster for terrorists. To have all 3 of you die and the guy gets away with it, that's just awful execution. That's inexcusable. And that's pretty much summed up Titan today. They're doing inexcusably bad things.
Yeah, the big disappointment for Titan is, if you remember back, to when they had the game that they won against NIP at the major, did it all on CT side. T side was terrible. But we said, okay, that's because they're force buying away. Yeah. Then they had the cash game against NIP, all on CT side again. Now they're throwing it away on the T side. Then on their T side at Dust 2, one of their best maps, they got nothing done whatsoever. And now here on a T side again, ineffective, ineffectual. This is a team that used to pride themselves on the T side.
Yeah.
When they had that less powerful lineup, just KNES, just Apex, they seriously get mad T rounds. That's why they used to be so good on Cobble, Inferno, Cash. Their whole strength, their identity is gone at the moment. It's just Shox, and that's it. Scream doesn't do a whole lot. Smiths really struggles at all. You can say what you like about Existence. Smiths is having a nightmare the last couple of months. So you don't know what it's going to be. Essentially, unless Shox goes absolute man mode, they're not going to win games.
This is the point, though. If your entire identity has been predicated on T-Execute and nobody's going to step up and be the entry man, it's game over.
Yeah.
It literally is game over. You're going to have a god like CT side every time you play, because who's going to step up and get you those entry kills? I'm saying it should be Scream. It should be Scream based on the skill set they've got. But here's the thing. If Scream really doesn't want to do that, really, and historically, obviously, he never has, then, okay, Shox, I'm sorry, you're the most naturally talented player in that team. It's going to have to be you again. And what's he done? He's been like, no, I'll be the in-game leader. Big players have to sometimes carry that extra weight. If you're a true star player, sometimes you have to do things you don't like, because your 70% is better than someone's 100%. And I think Titan they're a team in need of an identity right now, and maybe even another personnel change. Because, like I said, if Existence ain't going to call for them, I don't think he brings anything to the table, frankly.
So they've exercised their best of 3 demons, at least at the start.
Yeah,
convincing 2-0.
They've got one now, finally.
Yeah.
The thing is, they had all year, they hadn't won a best of 3, except for that NA only line. I think it was Fragadelphia. I think it was the only one where they got some series wins. Otherwise, they've played all these European teams in best of 3s. They've never managed to win any series, though, because of the format of most tournaments.
So let's shift gears. On the B stream, Bravo saw Mouse Sports take down Na'Vi 2-0 as well.
This should never have happened, Scoots. If I told you that Na'Vi is going to play a series where they'll play Mirage, then Overpass, and then if there's a decided Inferno, I'm guaranteeing, betting my house that Na'Vi wins. Because even if somehow it gets to a third map, they're winning that one.
Yeah.
Instead, we're in a scenario where on Mirage, Na'Vi, on their traditional home map, got beaten 16-10, despite Guardian going crazy, going absolute frag, going ham. Then on Overpass, they used to be one of the best teams in the world on this map. They're getting schooled on that. I don't know if it's just the first match and coming out, they're coming slow, or maybe they haven't practiced since the major. What it could be, Na'Vi was supposed to be in their peak now. This is where we want to see them be really impressive and build on what they did at the major. Meanwhile, Mouse Sports, they're the ones who looked a bit shaky at the major.
I told you, though, Na'Vi, okay, they made it to the final of a major. You don't do that by accident. There was very few sort of dominating performances from them over the course. Even in the group stage when you play in CLG, they were giving up 13 rounds. That shouldn't be happening for a team that's going to go to the major of a final. Yeah. And I honestly think Luminosity, a couple of rounds go the other way. I don't want to get into fan logic, obviously, but a couple of rounds go the other way. I think we're talking about Luminosity doing the unthinkable. So, I didn't think Na'Vi at any point was super convincing. Guardian, on the other hand, he's in God tier form right now, but who's going to step up and join him on that lofty plateau. Doesn't look like Flamey's going to at the moment. So, you know, there's some issues there for Na'Vi that need to sort out. And Duncan's right. That veto favours Na'Vi in a way that they couldn't have asked for a better best of 3.
Now Sports aren't even that known for those first 2 maps.
No.
It's ridiculous. It should have been Inferno was their only chance. So should have never got there.
Yeah, I know that I was talking to Christian, their manager. They got here a day before everybody. They intentionally wanted to come early. Obviously, they didn't play the last couple of days of the major either. So I don't think they were in a rush to get home, get packed, and you know they were already reset, if you will. So maybe that extra night of sleep here. You know, we do talk about jet lag issues. They are sometimes very real, at least the first day.
There were some mitigating circumstances that people maybe aren't aware of with Mouse Sports at the major. I mean, you know, Dennis was absolutely wrecked with tonsillitis. Yeah. There was maybe even something going around the whole team. It was a very weird moment, which I caught the back end of it. There was obviously some sort of emotional discussion between the team. They all looked very, after they'd just gone out, and it was Nico that looked sort of the most emotional there when they were taking him out of the team. And obviously Dennis was completely wrecked with illness. So something went on. There was some sort of frank discussion about things. And I think sometimes you have to tear stuff down before you can rebuild it the right way. So maybe Mouse Sports are going to be like some sort of surprise package. I mean, you've just wrecked somebody that was in the final of a major just a few days ago. So who knows? Mouse Sports, I'm intrigued by this result. Because even though I had a feeling Mouse Sports would step it up here, I wouldn't have called that. Not like Luminosity. That was a safe bet for me. The Na'Vi game, crazy talk.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this section. Just so you guys know, we have 2 more matches coming tonight, 1 on each stream. We're going to come back and talk about Liquid versus Dignitas. That's going to be on the main stage. But also on Bravo, virtus.pro, the champions of this event, taking on truly the underdogs Conquest. When we do come back from the break, though, I believe Sabo is going to grab Fallen for a post-game interview. So after the break, we'll hear from Fallen, and then we're going to jump into the next match.